Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's fall homecoming game of 2025. Our announcers for tonight's festivities are Ryan Ocklinger and Austin Adams.
Danny enjoys hanging out and playing basketball with his friends, music, and football. He also plays for Big Walnut football and tennis team. In the future, Danny plans to become a chef and to win all competitions. Daniel Mead is our sophomore attendant. She is the daughter of Rachel and Hugh and has an older sister, Delaney. She is involved in multiple clubs and is a co-leader in Rooted Prayer Club. Danielle enjoys wrestling, track, photography, reading, spending time with her boyfriend Aiden. She plans to join the Army, become a certified paratrooper, complete Army Ranger School, and join the Special Forces. Danielle wants to spread the word of God and help others. Danielle's escort tonight is Toby Gazer. He is the son of Kelsey and Michael Gazer and has 3 siblings, Anthony, Thomas, and Elaine. He is involved in sports such as cross country and track. In the future, Toby plans to attend the Ohio State University. Our junior attendant is Brianna Begoni. Brianna is the daughter of Penny and Joe Begoni and the sister of Ryan and Ada Begoni. Brianna is a member of Big Walnut's varsity cheer team. In her free time, Brianna likes to hang out with her friends and boyfriend, Braden Everman. Brianna and Braden have been dating for 1 year and 3 months. In the future, Brianna plans on going to college to become a licensed nurse practitioner. Brianna's escort tonight is Braden Everman. Braden Everman is a junior at Big Walnut High School. He is the son of Angie and Hannah Everman, and is the brother to Hanley Everman. Braden is a part of the Big Walnut football team. In his free time, he likes to hunt and detail cars. In the future, Braden wants to open his own heavy equipment clearing business. The first senior queen candidate is Ava Hudson. Ava is the daughter of Sarah and Hudson and Andrew Hudson. She has 2 younger brothers, Caleb Hudson and Aaron Hudson. Ava loves dance, music, and hanging out with her friends and boyfriend Jack. She's a member of Global Scholars, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, NHS, United Voices, and Leo Club. In the future, Ava plans to go to college and possibly study psychology or communications. Ava's escort in our first team candidate is Austin Fox. Austin is the son of Jamie Fox and Tanya West. He enjoys playing piano, lifting, playing pickleball, fashion, and playing Clash Royale. He is on the varsity cross-country team as well as the varsity indoor and outdoor track teams. Austin plans to continue his running career in college and to major in psychology or pre-law. The second senior queen candidate is Ava Tackett. She is the daughter of Stephanie England and Brian Tackett, as well as her stepdad, Brian England. She has an older brother, Ryan, and a younger sister, Josie. Ava is a captain on the girls' varsity soccer team and loves to travel. Ava is also a part of the student council, NHS, and various other clubs. Ava is also the vice president of the senior class. She plans on going to college after high school to become an occupational therapist. Ava's escort and senior king candidate is Jacob Marshall. He is the son of Jason and Amy Marshall and has a younger brother, Luke. He loves to hang out with his friends and girlfriend Ava. He is also the captain of the boys' varsity soccer team. He is a member of student council, a leader of SEA, and a member of NHS. Jacob plans to go to college and continue his soccer career, likely majoring in exercise science. Brooklyn Torero is our third and final senior queen candidate. She is the daughter of Jessica Straub, and her stepdad is Jared Straub. She has 3 younger siblings, Jalen, Braxton, and Josephine. She likes to read, bake, and spend time with her friends and family. She runs a varsity cross-country and track teams. She is a member of Tea Club and Spanish Club. In the future, Brooklyn plans to attend college and major in business and marketing. Brooklyn's escort and final senior king candidate is Dexter Childs. Dexter is the son of Sam and Concho. He has 7 siblings, Dominique, Donovan, Dominic, Dawson, Taylor, Maddie, and Holly. He likes to cook, lift, work, golf, and hang out with his girlfriend. He also runs on the varsity track team. After high school, Dexter plans to attend trade school and become an electrician. We would now like to welcome our returning fall homecoming king and queen of 2024, Jack Callow and Ella Genentino. At their sides are the prince and princess for this evening, Gracie Shaw and Colton Thomas McGowan. The fall princess is Gracie Shaw, a 9-year-old third grader at Big Walnut Elementary. She is the daughter of Liz and Dave Shaw. Her favorite hobbies are horse racing and crafting. She wishes to be a paleontologist when she grows up. Our prince tonight is Colton Thomas McGowan. Colton is 9 years old and a 4th grader at Big Walnut Intermediate School. He's the son of Clay and Leslie Thomas McGowan, and has an older sister, Molly, who likes to collect Pokemon cards, play with friends, and collect shark teeth. He also plays baseball, football, and basketball. When Colton grows up, he wants to be a YouTuber or a professional athlete. The retired 2024 homecoming queen is Ella Gentilino. Ella is the daughter of Alan and Christy Gentilino. She has 2 sisters, Pansy and Mia. In her free time, Ella enjoys being active in ways such as running, walking, and lifting. She also likes spending time outdoors with her friends and with her family. In high school, she was a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, and the Big Walnut track team. Ella does not have a definite trajectory for her future plans. However, she is currently attending the Ohio State University to further her education and to hopefully discover her path along the way.
I couldn't find you. I thought you just like fell ashes.
Jack Hallow, our retired teammate. Jack is the son of Jessica and Greg Hallow. He enjoys playing sports, spending time outside, golfing, fishing, lifting, spending time with friends and family, and learning too. In college, Jack is a member of Pass, Tri Beta, the Christian Student Fellowship, Student Government, competitive pickleball, UK club golf, and wrestling every so often. He is also part of a flag football team and intramural basketball team. Later this fall, he will be running for freshman class president at the University of Kentucky. Now, Jack is in his first semester at UK studying health sciences, planning to go to orthopedic and plastic surgery. His long-term goal is to go to medical school at the Ohio State University. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, this year's fall homecoming king is Jacob Marshall! And the 2025 fall homecoming queen is Ava Tackett! Congratulations, King Jacob Marshall. And Queen Ava Tackett.
I don't know where my you can go get
What's up, girl?
Hey, Nora.
She went downstairs to get some pop, soda, a Coke.
Live and free coverage of Big Walnut Athletics, proudly presented by the Sunbury Fraternal Order of Eagles, serving the community since 1898.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy, questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
Find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home with the Champion Companies. Be part of a community where our team goes above and beyond because we want you to love where you live. Visit livewithchampion.com now and see how you can make the district at Berkshire your new home.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Homecoming night at the Eagles Nest, and we are coming to you live. Padua Franciscan of Parma caravan into Sunbury, Ohio to Big Walnut High School where they'll find the Golden Eagles, welcoming home the alumni. Big Walnut, led by the two-pronged offensive onslaught of Eli Stumpf and Nolan Burley, are on a red-hot four-game win streak, holding their last four opponents to just 24 points combined. The Bruins of Padua Franciscan will arrive hungry, though, for an upset to take home with them after starting the season 1-4 while staying competitive in every matchup this far. I'm Bryce Coder, joined in the booth, as always, by Joshua Anderson, bringing you this one live and free on the OH Report. We've got the complete air systems heating and cooling pregame show coming up next.
Live and free coverage of Big Walnut Athletics, proudly presented by the Sunbury Fraternal Order of Eagles, serving the community since 1898.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy, questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
Find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home with the Champion Companies. Be part of a community where our team goes above and beyond because we want you to love where you live. Visit livewithchampion.com now and see how you can make the district at Berkshire your new home.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Bryce Cutter with the OH Report, bringing you the complete Air Systems Heating and Cooling LLC pregame show. And as always, I've got Josh Anderson in the booth with me. Josh, how you doing?
Feel great today. It's Football Friday, Bryce. I can't wait to see some fun.
Does not get better than that. Let's go ahead and jump right into it with our team spotlight for the Padua Franciscan Bruins. And so far this year, not ideal 1-4 start, but doesn't mean they can't turn things around here in the second half of the season. They are a pass-heavy team, as you noted, and the defense creates those turnovers as well. Taking a look at some of their past performances, they went down in a tough loss, 23-22 in overtime to Bedford, but bounced back nicely against Sandusky, picking up their first win of the season last week, though, going down to Elyria Catholic, 21-14.
Yeah, Bryce, it's one of those things. It's expression. There's nothing more scarier than an animal backed up against a wall, and that there's nothing better to spoil somebody's party, and especially if it's a homecoming party, right? Especially it's a long drive back, and I feel like they're gonna bring some tricks out their sleeves. Maybe a couple trick plays, reverses, pop passes. I think it's gonna be an interesting game, an interesting game plan for them, Bryce.
So taking a look at our players spotlight for Padua Franciscan, and you identified one guy here, that guy being Dom Centor, the no-nonsense defender, with 2 sacks and 4 tackles for loss, and really just a hard-nosed tackler.
Yeah, definitely, and he's just kind of one of those guys that no means no. Like, the offenses kind of just don't go towards it, right? And today, he's going to have to be kind of that enforcer, especially Burley's going to do his thing or try to do his thing when he's on the field.
And so taking a look at the keys to victory for the Bruins tonight, you said they're going to need to stack the box defensively, really going with that front 7 as heavy as they possibly can, but also efficiency on offense, making sure that they're on schedule.
Definitely. We all know what Burley does, and we all know the Big Walnut game plan. They want to run the ball, so they can make Big Walnut uncomfortable, especially tonight. I think they can have some success, and especially if they be efficient on offense. When they have the ball, if they can put points on the board or at least get good field position to make it a little harder for Big Walnut, Bryce.
So taking a look at our team spotlight for the Big Walnut Golden Eagles on our complete Air Systems Heating and Cooling LLC pregame show. 4-1 on the year, 2-0 in the conference, taking a brief pause from conference play, but they have that balanced attack on front and, of course, that stout defense.
Yeah, it's like on offense each week, we're kind of wondering who's going to be the guy, right? Sometimes it's Burley, sometimes it's a receiver, and usually it's the offensive line, and last week it was Stumpf, right? So it's just one of those things that they have a lot of avenues to kind of to put points on the board. So it's going to be a headache for defensive coordinators, Bryce.
Now taking a look at our player spotlight, you decided this one going with Eli Stumpf, and had a fantastic game last week with 3 touchdowns, 4 including the passing touchdown, great completion rating, great QB rating, but just such a versatile weapon.
Definitely. He's going to have a good game today, manage the offense, have control of the pace, right? And especially if Burley can't get going as they stack the box, put the ball, spread the wealth to the receivers. Maybe he might have to pull it down if he can't see anything, but don't rush the decisions. Make smart plays, and don't turn over the ball, Bryce.
Taking a look at those keys to victory as we wrap up, and they need to win the line on both sides of the ball, but also playing at that signature Big Walnut pace.
Yeah, definitely. Offensive line, defensive line can create pressure. That's always going to make the offense kind of uncomfortable. And for the offensive line, that they do their thing like they always have done. They get Burley going. It has a pass protection. They're going to have success. And if they have success, they do what they do best, and they take the air off the ball. So we'll see what goes on tonight and what's going to transpire. So it should be a good one. Nice barn burner, as they like to say, Bryce.
So starting off with a penalty as the kick goes out of bounds. Great field position for the Bruins. That's where we'll begin. And homecoming night, it looks to be another sellout. Consecutive weeks here at the Eagles Nest. And what was that like for you, knowing that you have all the alumni in front of you and you have so much to prove on that football field in those really important games?
It makes you a little more locked in sometimes. You have sometimes alumni come through the locker room before the game. Usually it's a lot of extra festivities. You have a pep rallies, you got the big dance tomorrow. You think about your day, you think about everything. But you have to lock in, because if you don't win the game, it's not going to be a big party after, right, Bryce?
Definitely not. Quickly, though, consuming the quarterback, and it's a sack on the first play of the game.
No better start right there, your Big Walnut. Like we said, that penetration up front, that is forceful.
Landon Hanover, the field general for the Bruins, losing 5 on the sack. It's now 2nd and 15. Out of the pistol, 3 wide receivers. A motion man, outside linebacker showing blitz. They'll hand it off up the middle, trying to find space, but none at all. Chase Weiser, the ball carrier, stopped once again in the backfield.
As you can see, as soon as the defensive line comes off the ball, they're already in the backfield. You know, if you're the Bruins, you're going to have to fix this up, tool it up. Because if not, it's going to be a very, very long game for them.
Give the credit there to linebacker Will Clausen, grandparents Dixie and Dean Bowman. Definitely got to be proud of that one.
Right. Maybe I have to give him the nickname the Claw.
Yeah. So with a 4 wide receiver look, once again going to the air, Hanover finds a receiver. Great pass towards the sideline. One to make the catch there was Jose Caban.
And right there, the offensive line gave him enough time to go through his progressions and make a play, find a soft spot through the zone right there, Bryce. Excellent read, excellent throw, and excellent catch right there for all 3 phases of the offense right there. Definitely a way to move the chains right there.
Yeah. So gets them closer to the 50, only in their own territory by about a few yards.
Definitely. Seemed like the offense was kind of a little slow start. Maybe it was a long bus ride here, couldn't stretch the legs, but it seemed like they're kind of cooking right now.
Looking to get something going, looking to the outside of the line of scrimmage, though. But Brody Hatfield has something to say about that.
Definitely. And, you know, good pickup for first down right there. You see the hole progressing, but once again, Brody kind of filled the hole right there. Good step up by Brody. Makes it a little second and more, a little more manageable, though, right?
2nd and 8, bottom a couple of yards there. Another wide receiver heavy look. 3 on his right, a man on his left hip. Snap, decides to keep it himself. A great delay gets him the first down and more as he's finally brought down at the feet by Brady Taylor.
And that's tough for the Reedman right there. As you can see, he kind of started his feet right there. He had to make a quick decision, and the quarterback kind of make him choose. They call it the option for a reason there, Bryce. Either you're going to hand it or you're going to keep it. If you do make the right decision, it's going to be a big play 100% of the time.
So moving the ball nicely, a couple of first downs so far in this drive. Looking to pass, this time into the flat.
That's a nice tunnel screen right there, Bryce. As you can see, as the line kind of progresses, like a nice little wave. Couldn't find a hole. It was a little bit of a tunnel, be able to get some yards. But good for Big Walnut for sniffing that one out.
So credited with no gain. So 2nd and 10. They'll have to get to the 26 in order to convert the first down. Now the snap. Nowhere to go. It was Weiser, the ball carrier, but as soon as he got the ball into his hands, he was consumed.
Definitely, and it looks like that was kind of more of a read option kind of look right there. Maybe the quarterback should have kept it for the Bruins for that one. But you have a short memory. If you're the Bruins, then kind of go to the next play. But credit Big Walnut for playing the ball, and as soon as that running back got it, it was about 4 or 5 black jerseys around him.
Perfect on first down so far, or on third down rather. We'll try it again. Dropping back to pass over the middle, drilled as he throws. Brady Taylor blowing that one up, but it was through the hands of the receiver.
Once again, it takes 3 facets of the game. Good line blocking, good pass progression. Just got to catch the ball. Easier said than done. I do know that, Bryce, but the rule is if it touches your hand, you got to catch it, right? But, hey, I'm not the one that has 2 or 3 Big Walnut jerseys around me when I'm trying to catch the ball.
So now showing blitz, but spreading it out. Punter, not a ton of room to get this one off. May have even gotten a hand on it, but it'll be a good punt all the same as it pins the Big Walnut Golden Eagles to the 11-yard line. They'll have a long haul to the goal line.
Even though they weren't able to put points on the board, like we said in the pregame show, Bryce, they still were able to get some breathing room and have a good punt and be able to flip field position. For Big Walnut, you kind of have to push them back as far as you can, so you have to make the offense work for it. We have a short field. You're kind of giving them a little spotting points in the way, right?
Right. So on the 1st and 10, under center, with Burley in the backfield. So the play action, trouble in the backfield though. Stumpf steps up into the pocket and tries to find a receiver. That one, Owen Pollock, but out of his reach.
Now, this is really interesting, Bryce, because the Bruins have been watching film, and everybody knows you want to keep it safe, but good play calling for the play action pass. Try to catch him slipping. The fake was so good, I was kind of watching Burley in the black wave of offensive linemen going towards the sideline. But, hey, good play, just got to execute, right?
So 2nd and 10, still on their own 11, this time going out of the gun. And they give it to Nolan Burley this time, who's positive for yardage, gets up near the 20. He'll need to get up to the 21 in order to get the first down, so they are close, just a 3rd and short.
A good kick out block, for Jack Wecker. He kind of had to get behind that as you kind of kick out, as you turn into the hole. Able to get some yards, but if you probably would have got that block, probably would have been able to get a couple more. But overall, it was a decent run for 2nd down.
So they catch a guy offsides. At least I think it'll be offsides. And they do confirm that a 5-yard penalty will hand him the first down.
And if you're the Bruins, I know it's tempting. It's 3rd and short. You kind of know what they're going to do, or you have an idea. They're going to try to probably get to Burley. You want to kind of get ahead of the ball, but you got to be patient, right? Because you're going to give them free first downs, and you don't want to do that for Big Walnut.
So with a new set of downs, they're marked on the 25. Burley again looking to the middle. A lot of room. The spin move, though, gets hit in the back of the legs, and that's what brings him down. He would have had a lot more if he would have stayed up.
Right. Right to the line right there. 2 pullers right there, and look, hit the B button right there. And that was a good one by Burley, but if he was able to keep his balance, you're right. That could have been 6, but overall great pickup by Big Walnut.
Burley, 715 rushing yards coming into this game, 10 rushing touchdowns. But Stumpf is alone in the backfield. He'll roll out to his right looking for a receiver. Throws it right into the hands of the defender, though. Owen Pollock, the intended receiver. Give the credit of the interception to 8th and midday.
And I like to play the roll out. I see the progression. I see the vision. But you got to put a little more air underneath that ball if you're for Stumpf right there, Bryce. And plus, you had kind of two receivers back deep. But once again, you see the defender right there kind of playing underneath. Unfortunate for Big Walnut, but great play for the Bruins.
So after the interception, the Padua Franciscan offense will get another shot at life.
And this is what we talked about in the pregame, right? They can do these things. They can create turnovers. But we have to, the Bruins have to capitalize on these, right? This is a great chance for them to strike first and put some points on the board.
Justin Gillespie in the backfield. Play actions to him. Throws to a receiver, but Brody Hatfield looking for the interception. It was over the head of both of them.
Seemed like he was about to do the same as that thing that Stumpf did last play right there. I see the progression, see the field, and the receiver was open for a glimpse second. The window was there, but you got to capitalize and kind of have a better time if you want to complete that type of pass on the sideline, Bryce.
So it makes it 2nd and 10. in Golden Eagle territory. Going not with Gillespie, he'll keep it himself. Hanover will pick up about a yard before he's brought down.
Once again, the read option just seems like kind of maybe did not choose the best option right there. He was still able to kind of pick something up, but it seemed like if you would have gave that one to the running back, that could have been a big gain. But credit to Big Walnut. They're making the decision harder for him, right? They're kind of sending more than 1 and 2 defenders, so like he kind of looks like he should take it, but in reality, probably should have gave it.
So it makes it a big 3rd down, 3rd and 10. They'll have to get it to the 34-yard line. Back to pass. Over the middle. He has a receiver, but instead it's dropped right off the chest of the receiver. The intended was Andrew Chapin.
Interesting, Bryce. Very interesting. As you can see, the last 2 3rd downs, they've been trying to find those little soft spots in Big Walnut's zone coverage. I'll be interested to see after this series if Big Walnut stays in that zone going forward, because it seems like the quarterback is just kind of carving them up like it's Thanksgiving dinner. Just got to execute and catch the ball, though.
So it makes it 4th down, another punt. This one a little bit better inside the hash marks, over the head of Brody Hatfield, who is back to receive. All the way down. No, it will be a touchback. A chance to pin him at the 1.
You hate to see it. You love, applaud the energy. 3rd of the game. You're going to be hearing that a lot from me this year. But just weren't able to capitalize right there. But love the effort. I give him A+ for effort, Bryce.
So a quick 3 and out will give the ball back to Big Walnut.
You know, if you're the Bruins, you should be feeling okay. You're not thrilled at what happened so far. Punt and, 2 punts in a row, right? But you've been able to move the ball. Just kind of been stalling. Now, if you're 2 catches right now, you could be up theoretically 14 points. We'll see how they kind of approach this defensive series right now for the Bruins.
So now to Burley again. Back pedals for a few extra yards. It'll be a good pickup of about 6.
And once again, as you can see, the H-back number is at number 0? 6? You can see him kind of cut him out right there. Put his butt towards the hole. He's able to have a little better pickup in the run right there, Bryce.
So now with an empty backfield, the last time we saw this, there was an interception, but he'll look to right the wrongs of the last drive, and he does, getting the 1st down. Owen Pollock with a full head of steam. Finally wrestled down across the 40-yard line.
All right, Pollock was the guy last play right there. And as he had the great block, Stumpf kind of rewarded him with a great pass right there. Great chance and great play to pick up a 1st down, move the chains, and keep the offense going forward.
So now coming set on this 1st and 10. Burley to the outside, shakes a tackler, almost falls over his own blocker, tries to stay on his feet, gets a 1st down to about 3 more, it looks like.
So electrifying. He kind of runs into his own teammate right there. Kind of get out of my way, right? Good run right there. Explosive. Seemed like he was just 1 man away from making a bigger one, but overall, nice to move the change for Big Walnut.
So approaching the 3-minute mark here in the 1st quarter. It's been a quick one so far.
Quick one, but with a lot of action, right?
Yeah. So 1 deep safety for the Bruins. Looking to pass. All alone, Owen Pollock with the basket catch behind him, still fighting across the 5-yard line before he's finally brought down just short of the goal line.
All right, Bryce, I love that you said 1 high safety. That's cover 3. He hit him in the seams. That's what you want to do if you're Stumpf. Great pass, great catch, great execution after to carry a couple defenders on his back. Say, come on, man, come for the ride. I'm going to get you there.
So there was a flag on the play going against the defense, so they declined it, no harm, no foul. And an opportunity at the goal line for the Golden Eagles.
And that's interesting right there, Bryce. For the Bruins, play cover 3, that's not a bad coverage, but excellent progression by Stumpf. See that right away. hitting the tight end and just hit it in the soft spot. Wow. Textbook how you beat cover 3 right there, Bryce.
So flag thrown. Encroachment going against the defense, so making it just a little bit easier for the Golden Eagles. It'll be 1st and goal on the 2-yard line.
Man, Pollock, you definitely can tell he's been hitting the weight room this season, right?
So 1st and goal on the 2 to Burley. The first score of the game and his 11th touchdown of the year. Nolan Burley into the end zone.
How many times we're going to say that this season? Probably plenty more, but that is just textbook. Everybody's doing their job, making a big old push as a line. Burley doing Burley things, and a big play set up by Pollock that set him up. That's an all-around balanced offensive attack, Bryce. Spreading the wealth, having some fun. They're dancing early, even though the dance is tomorrow, Bryce.
So lining up for the PAT, but a flag is thrown once again. Once again going against the defense. So sending on the offense, kicking team coming off.
You can tell Big Walnut loves this, right? It revs him up a little bit. How dare you? How dare you have a penalty, makes us a little closer to the goal line. I love how they take pride in this, put a little extra points onto the board. If you're going to make a mistake, we're going to capitalize. Love that, Bryce.
With how easily Nolan got into the end zone last time. With just a yard to go, we'll see if it's just as easy on the 2-point conversion. Instead, they'll look to pass, looking to the goal line. All the time in the world now. Over the head of the intended receiver. It was Jack Rigg he was looking for. So the score will stay at 6-0. Stay with us.
Find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home with the Champion Companies. Be part of a community where our team goes above and beyond because we want you to love where you live. Visit livewithchampion.com now and see how you can make the district at Berkshire your new home.
Back here for first quarter action, and we have a leader. The Big Walnut Golden Eagles taking the lead 6-0 on the way of a 2-yard Nolan Burley touchdown.
Let's see how the Bruins come out this offensive series. Defense wasn't able to make the stop, but they've been kind of doing a good job before the series. Offense has kind of pulled their weight now. See if they can put some points on the board. They've been having some good progressions, good momentum, but had to capitalize, especially on those third downs, bro. It's got to be efficient.
So received around the 8-yard line and absolutely drilled at the 20.
And look at that, Bryce. Like I said, third of the game, and especially on your kickoff, it's nothing like putting in your stamp of emphasis right there. Right? Put a little stink on that. You love that, Bryce.
Take one more look at that. That was a huge hit.
Full head of steam, as you can see. Look at that. Chugga, 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 choo, choo. Wow. All aboard, right, Bryce?
Yeah. So now 1st and 10. He'll take it himself. Hanover falling on the back of his halfback, but pushed back right around the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got too much.
You see like a nice little old-fashioned QB wrap, designated run. Just haven't been able to get the push yet so far consistently. See what's the next play call, Bryce?
Does bring up 2nd and 10. They're on the 21.
Yeah, got trips to the field.
Oh, yeah, a whole host of receivers on his left-hand side. but instead we have a flag.
It looked like Big Walnut was in zero coverage right there, Bryce. You can see there was no safeties back there. If you're the Bruins, you got to get that out hot. That's a hot play. As soon as you see 1, 2, 3, let it go. They didn't seem like he was going to have that progression right there. Interesting to see if they're going to go back to that, especially they give him that same look.
So after the flag, it'll set him back 5 yards. 2nd and 15. They're now in, well inside their own 20.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, right, Bryce? That's kind of going backwards.
Oh, has a receiver into the hands of 8th and Midday, who had the interception earlier, but it wasn't meant to be this time.
Definitely, Bryce, and that's a good play by the quarterback. Great progression, and it looked like he saw that a lot of green grass ahead of him. Seemed like he was kind of thinking about the touchdown before he caught the ball. Happens to the best of us, but if you're the Bruins, had a couple of those so far. You gotta capitalize, because you hate to punt the ball right here as well. Kind of giving Big Walnut some great field position.
So a big 3rd and 15. A long way to go.
Let's see if they try to find that soft spot in the zone.
Over the middle, almost into the hands of the safety, but it was past the receiver. So it'll bring up 4th down, and the punt squad comes on.
Definitely threw a blitz. Looked like a kind of zone blitz that they were running. Definitely seen the quarterback double thinking it. He saw how he pat the ball, right, Bryce? Wasn't the biggest fan of it. You definitely see he was kind of indifferent about throwing that pass. I think it was a little bit of good luck that nobody caught that one.
And a line drive, side by side spin. Brody Hatfield fields it as a ground ball, shakes one tackler, but doesn't get much else. Brought down right around the 36, and the Golden Eagles will begin in great field position.
Man, Brody, look at this. Whoop. Hey, man. Don't lose your ankles, buddy. Good play by Brody, but also, even if he made a great play, great punt coverage as well. They didn't let him get too much.
So an unnecessary roughness penalty going against Big Walnut will back him up 15 yards. They were officially ruled down on the 37. So that certainly won't help their cause.
Definitely, but if you're the Bruins, this is that's definitely a sigh of relief right there, right? Kind of turned a bad situation to a little lighter. Let's see if they're able to capitalize once again on this defensive series. Because you hate to go down 14-0 or 13-0 possibly from Big Walnut, Bryce.
With 1:18 remaining, Big Walnut will take over here in this first quarter. The snap in the backfield finds Burley, shakes one tackler, but there's another man, the outside edge cover, that brings him down.
Definitely, and we saw this play multiple times this season so far. Just kind of getting your playmakers in space right there. But shout out to the Bruins for being able to read that from the get-go and not even letting Burley get a chance to make a play.
Trey Gasparo in on that one to make the takedown.
This is a good start for the Bruins. Already behind the chains. Let's see if they can push them back or even keep them more off schedule this next play.
Now Burley will take the snap, following the blockers, gets the first down and a mile more. He's at the 35-yard line.
And you almost have to be the Bruins, right? But look at that tunnel by the blocking by Big Walnut, taking care of their running back. He always wasn't even hit until probably 10 yards after he ran through the line of scrimmage, Bryce. If you're the running back, that's good eating.
Yeah. So another healthy gain will bring up a second down, and the Nolan Burley train is rolling.
It's like you're playing one big game of pinball, just bouncing all over the place, right, Bryce? 2 or 3 on the back of them.
So Burley with 5 rushes for 39 yards total, and that will bring it into the first quarter. Stay with us for second quarter action coming up next.
Live and free coverage of Big Walnut Athletics, proudly presented by the Sunbury Fraternal Order of Eagles, serving the community since 1898. OH.REPORT brings you local high school sports coverage like nobody else. In football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, wrestling, track and field. If it's happening in our area, we're streaming it.
Back for second quarter action here at the Eagles Nest on homecoming night. Big Walnut leading the way 6-0 over Padua Franciscan. Brody Hatfield with the reception. Falls forward just about a half-yard short of that first down marker.
Yeah, we love this little play action, a little high snap, and able to find Brody underneath, make a quick play. Just as good as running a nice inside zone for on first down, Bryce. Good pickup.
So now with 4 wide receivers, a man on his left hip will look to pass. Burley in protection, finds a man. This one fights all the way down to the goal line for the touchdown.
All righty, making plays all day. Look at that, carving up the defense, and get off of me. Well, excuse me, coming through and diving in. That is nice.
And pardon my confusion on that one. I was looking at the wide receiver group to see who got that. It was Jackson Barnicutt, the backup quarterback.
Oh, brother. You know, him and Stumpf probably played catch so many times in practice, so seeing that chemistry, that was just amazing. It was a tight window, but he kind of fit in right in the basket. And shout out to Barnicutt making the play.
So Hatfield under center. Instead, they'll throw it to Burley on the snap, and they do it again. The third time we've seen that this season. Every single time it's been successful.
Man, I don't think there's an answer. That could be their version of maybe like a tush push, right? That's just not fair. Burley in that open space and that short of yardage just smells like bad news if you're the opposing defenses.
So just like that, we will take another break. Stay with us.
Find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home with the Champion Companies. Be part of a community where our team goes above and beyond because we want you to love where you live. Visit livewithchampion.com now and see how you can make the district at Berkshire your new home.
So the touchdown will put Big Walnut squarely in front, 14-0. Give credit to the 2-point conversion as well. That one so tricky to cover.
Yeah, it puts you in a tough spot if you're defense. But hey, if it's not broke, why would you fix it if you're Big Walnut?
And another huge tackle at impact.
Swear, man, these special teams, man, did they go to Home Depot before? They're just laying the hammer on this receiving team on kickoff.
So the Bruins will begin here just past the 20-yard line with 11:11 remaining here in the second quarter. And this is one of those crucial drives, I think, just for energy's sake, to really show that you can stay in this game.
Definitely. You have to put points on this. The way Big Walnut's been playing on offense, the way your defense is kind of kind of need a break. Even if it's a longer drive, it's just been a lot of 3 and outs. So you haven't been able to catch your breath. Oh, good one to catch right there, Bryce.
Yeah, a short pass right over the line of scrimmage will buy them a few yards, but that's the progress they need.
Definitely, definitely. Gotta move the chains if you're the Bruins. Gotta catch the ball, right? They've been having a lot of play calls, a lot of good executions from the quarterback and from the line. The receivers, skill positions kind of have to do their job and kind of lock in, especially for this drive.
Look out of the pistol this time. No, the shotgun instead. 4 wide receivers. Will take it himself up the middle at the line of scrimmage, brought down just about a yard short of the first down marker, and it will bring up 3rd down.
Textbook QB draw right there. Catch it, and he's going up the gut of the defense. So good push, definitely makes it 3rd and very manageable. Wouldn't even be surprised if they don't get this price. They might go for it. I know it sounds crazy, but when you kind of have these type of games, you have to do anything to stay involved, stay there.
Oh, looks like they were trying for the quick QB sneak. We'll see if they get there. It's going to be close. Oh, they give him the 1st down.
Yeah, it seemed like he got that last push towards the end. Ironically, he did the touch push against the Eagles, right?
Yeah. So after the 1st down, they'll try again. Showing blitz on the outside. Instead, they clear a path for the middle. Big, healthy gain this time to Gillespie.
Good run and good spin by the running back by Gillespie right there to be able to pick up a couple more yards, right? Look at that. Wow. Good balance, man. Good balance. That's a hard play to do, Bryce. As soon as you turn your head, you have to look up and look for the defenders. It's not as easy as it looks, guys. But credit to him, able to make a play, make it 2nd down and very manageable.
2nd and short indeed. Will look to pass Hanover towards the sideline. Instead, it goes into the Big Walnut sideline, incomplete.
And that's the first time I feel like the quarterback wasn't really able to connect. I feel that was a good route by the receiver, but kind of threw kind of not the best ball for him to complete. But let's see what the play call is going to be for 3rd and in the, I'll say, mid-range, right?
So 3rd and 3 is what it's officially ruled. They'll have to make it up to the 48-yard line. The snap, pressure in the backfield. Instead, he'll be thrown to the ground. TJ Miner with the sack.
TJ Miner doing the major things, right? Who do you call with TJ Miner? Great play as he kind of just pierced through that, kind of roll out through the line. Great play. Quarterback didn't even get a chance to really look up to even see progressions. That is a great push by the defensive line.
So they will line up in the punt formation, tries to catch the offense off. Punt is away. It's a good one. Hatfield catches the fly ball but muffs the punt, just manages to pick it back up, and they rule it dead after that. So lucky to still be in possession of that one.
Yeah, that could have been very ugly if you're a Big Walnut, but kind of exactly what you need if you're the Bruins. Interested to see what they do on offense for Big Walnut. I mean, obviously you got to get the Burley, right? The kid's been cooking, but it's kind of one of those things. Everything's been working, right? If you're a play caller, it's a great feeling, you know, having the whole arsenal of your playbook at your disposal. So it's going to be interesting what they come out in. I wouldn't be surprised if they start off a little basic, but maybe get a little deeper in their bag as the series goes on, if it does go on.
So they'll pull Owen Pollock back into the backfield with a split look. Following the blocker, Burley fights to stay on his feet, and those hustle yards get him an extra 5 or 6 as he crosses the 1st down marker.
Once again, Pollock put it on a potluck. making a great play, making a good block, and shout out to Burley for able just to cut up, follow his blockers, and when you have a push like that, you got guys being your entourage, escorting you. It makes your just life a little easier, Bryce.
7 for 64 yards on the night for Burley. Now the snap and looking to pass, pressured in the backfield, gets him on the hesitation. Over the hands of the defender. I thought that one was going to be intercepted, but instead it ends up in the hands of Owen Pollock.
Right. Look at Stumpf. Pump fake. Okay. And thought he made a bad decision, but a little tip drill right there from Pollock, and that's how you do it.
It's tough watching that in real time. I didn't know if he actually got a hand on it, but that couldn't have been more perfect for the offense.
You love hearing the crowd, like the ooh, ah, through the stadium, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of cheers to the Big Walnut side. Great play. Sometimes you need to be a little lucky on offense too, Bryce. Takes luck.
Another district at Berkshire first down. Snapping it, handing it off to Burley. Burley shaking the defender. Now all the way down to the 11-yard line, gets another first down.
I wonder if it was in his game plan for himself, you know, as he's just in his locker room. He's like, you know what? I think I want to hit the B button a lot today, right? That's just good foot movement, great balance. Hey, if I was the music teacher or the drama teacher, I'm kind of taking notes. Like, hey, he should be in the Nutcracker this year.
So another district at Berkshire first down. Pollock in motion. One wide receiver in the box, or linebacker in the box rather. Finding Gavin Harrington, who fights across the goal line. He's in for a touchdown.
All right, I got to know what was the pregame meal. It has to be Wheaties because these Big Walnut guys seem pretty beefed up today. Look at that. He catches no pitch and catch. He makes a little juke right there. And, shows him, hey, man, I've been doing the curls for the girls, big dog. Get out of my way.
Gavin Harrington had the sole touchdown, or rather had a huge touchdown back in week 2 on a bomb of a pass. Now getting his second touchdown of the season. This one is through the uprights. 21-0. Golden Eagles leading this one. Stay with us.
Find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home with the Champion Companies. Be part of a community where our team goes above and beyond because we want you to love where you live. Visit livewithchampion.com now and see how you can make the district at Berkshire your new home.
So the Golden Eagles just distributing the wealth tonight. The third Golden Eagle to come up with a touchdown. First was Nolan Burley, then Jackson Barnacut on the reception. This time Gavin Harrington gets his chops.
Spreading the wealth, right? Hey, if I'm eating, so are all my friends eating too. That's kind of been the motto of this Big Walnut offense this year. Burley's kind of been the main superstar. It's kind of like the Jackson 5. He's Michael. But hey, Tito needs he's on the team too, right? He's on the squad. So is Jermaine, you know. Everybody has to do their job. And that's kind of like, it seems like everybody's just selfless. And that's what you kind of need for offense, right? As long as we put points on the board, we're going to have fun. We're going to party. We're going to dance. And it seems like I said, the dance is tomorrow. But it seems like the offense is kind of boogieing on right now, Bryce.
So Eckelbarger on the stop, officially ruled. The Bruins facing a 21-point deficit with 6:47 remaining here in the second quarter. Will have their first shot at this drive here. And they'll look to the air once again. Consumed by TJ Miner once again. Miner so quick off the line.
And this is just Big Walnut's game plan, right? This is the Big Walnut tempo we were talking about in the pregame. You getting these, they have to pass, right? You're down big. You can't really have to kind of stray away from that read option that was kind of having a little bit of success earlier on in the game. And unfortunately for them, this is kind of the teeth of the Big Walnut defense, is their front seven. And when you're in obvious pass situations like this, Bryce, you know, it makes it very uncomfortable for offenses.
So now the snap. Hanover will try to take it himself again. He's popped right around the 12-yard line where he's brought down for a decent gain, but not up to the original line of scrimmage.
Definitely. Just trying to get some yards back, get some breathing room back in your own territory. Trying to move on, get back on schedule. Haven't been able to do that. Kind of scary, third and very long. See if Big Walnut brings the juice, brings a couple of more defenders. Let's see if the Brewers can find a soft spot in their defense. It's looking like Big Walnut's going to send some.
Yeah, bodies coming. So they ruled an incomplete pass, the defense jumping on top of it, but not really clear what the design was there. I think just getting mauled by the offense or the defense and tried to get it out to whoever he could.
Seemed like it was a little bit of a screen, Bryce, you know. It looked like they were able to execute that and complete it. It could have been a big gain. As you see, the inside linebackers, as soon as the ball was hiked, crash immediately down, right? Just credit to the Big Walnut defensive line and linebackers for able to sniff out that screen pass and didn't even let the Bruins even get a chance to let that screen develop. So, once again, the front seven, the Big Walnut, coming up big for the defense, making the defense making the DB's job really easy.
So we'll take an opportunity to talk things over, but the Big Walnut Golden Eagles will start inside of Bruin territory, so perhaps another opportunity to strike.
Bryce, ever played a Little Mac knockout punch back in the day?
Yeah.
It seems like this is usually when Little Mac kind of winds up and shakes his fist, and the opponent kind of has a little stars over his head. This is, if you're the Bruins, you got to stay in this. If it gets up 28, it's going to be very, very difficult. This offense is humming like a well-oiled machine, so it's going to be interesting.
So Burley gets it once again. It's good for about 8, so that puts him over the century mark on yardage so far. Mind you, there's 5:08 remaining in the second quarter.
Like I said, you know, Nolan Burley's the best creative player I ever witnessed this season. So can't even do this with my player NCAA, Bryce. This is really crazy things you're watching, guys. But shout out to Big Walnut and the offense, pushing the guys, moving backwards right there. So maybe that's why the run was that good, that play. But let's see if the Bruins are able to capitalize on this off-scheduledness of the Big Walnut.
Yeah, so it negates the gain, put Nolan back under the century mark. But I'm sure he'll be back there in no time. And we have another flag, false start called against the offense.
All right, if you're the Bruins, you're looking towards your guys to the left, you're looking towards your guys to the right, and we're going to have to say to ourselves, hey, we got to get a stop here, right? If they get it back right now, this is bad news Bears. And not to say because of the Bruins, but it doesn't get much better than this. And if you're in this situation as a defense, they're backed up a lot. You got to get some type of momentum if you want to stay into this game, Bryce.
So I think having some scoreboard issues. It's back up now. So it's 1st and 23. They're on their own, it looks like 38-yard line. The original line of scrimmage is at their opponent's 49, and the first down marker is at the 39. So now Nolan Burley back to the original line of scrimmage, just giving him more space, and he's off to the races. Nolan Burley back to doing Nolan Burley things.
He got shot out of a cannon, as you can see. Look at the black wave. Everybody's doing their job. That's what a touchdown is. 11 people doing their job. And as soon as he broke through that first wave, Bryce, defenders didn't even have a chance. Wow. Feel like the Big Walnut crowd starting to feel it, right? In the air, it's getting 28. You see the student sections going a little crazy. See the alumni loving it.
So the PAT is through. 28-0 lead for Big Walnut with 4:16 remaining here in the second quarter. A great night for them so far. Stay with us.
Find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home with the Champion Companies. Be part of a community where our team goes above and beyond because we want you to love where you live. Visit livewithchampion.com now and see how you can make the district at Berkshire your new home.
Back for more second quarter action here at the Eagles Nest on homecoming night, and Golden Eagles showing out 28-0. So receiving it is Caban. Just inside the 20, he's brought down, so essentially touchback with extra steps. That a good run there. Kickoff team for Big Walnut. It's been like open season for those returners on them.
Right, Bryce. It's been scary hours, and Halloween's still next month. Those guys came on a little bit of a vendetta, right? Early in the season, and it seemed like they were a little shaky, a little rocky, but it seemed like they've been able to lock in, especially the last couple weeks.
So a 4 wide receiver look is where we'll start. 1st and 10. They hand it off, but brought down is Gillespie, the junior, with nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's been the kind of the mantra the whole game for the Big Walnut defense. No nonsense, right? As you can see, as soon as Gillespie had the ball, there was at least 4 or 5 Black Crows, right, just flocking them. That was just crazy. When you get in kind of situations like this, it's fun to play defense. You know what the offense has to do. You know what they want to do. But you kind of know, you kind of get the leg up, and you kind of just get to set your ears back and just kind of have fun, go after the ball.
Hanover will take it himself this time. But once again, at the line of scrimmage, stopped. So timeout called by Big Walnut. So with the timeout, we'll take a quick opportunity to thank our sponsors, Complete Air Systems Heating and Cooling LLC. If you want a locally owned HVAC company with over 35 years experience to do top quality work without cutting corners, call Complete Air Systems Heating and Cooling, Wing at 740-345-2021. Sunbury Christians, about relationship, not religion. Sunbury Fraternal Order of Eagles, 3614, serving the Sunbury community and proud supporter of Big Walnut football. New members are always welcome. Reichert Express Sunbury. Shop Reichert Used Cars here in Sunbury at Reichert Express Used Cars right next to Tanger Outlets. We're dealing Stover Excavating Incorporated, residential and commercial excavation services for the greater Columbus area since 2000. District at Berkshire. Find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home at the District at Berkshire. Brand new 1- and 2-bedroom apartment homes available now. BS Media Productions. Need a commercial to showcase your business or promote that you're hiring? BS Media Productions is the most affordable, high-quality production company in North Central Ohio. Find them on Facebook and Rural First. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Rural First, the leader in rural lending. Rural First can help you live closer to what matters. So Big Walnut will take another timeout on what will be 4th down. So really wanting to give themselves as much time with the ball going into the halftime as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely. It seemed like they wanted to definitely trying to get a touchdown before the half. Interesting to see if they can even come out in the pump blocks. They kind of got a little close these last couple run iterations out there. So if you're the Bruins, you know, might want to be max protect and might want to gear up with your defense. Say, hey guys, I know we haven't had much success today, but gotta have a little pride right now. Let's at least stop them for the half, and then the next half is in that whole new quarter, right?
Yeah. And thanks, folks at home, for voting. Finally got some action for our player phenoms and our play of the week on Friday Night Pigskin podcast. Dallas Beal, his touchdown from Eli Stumpf nominated, and of course Eli Stumpf getting the nod as the player phenom. Tune in tonight for the Friday Night Pigskin to see who picked up the victory in their own spot on the pigskin. Big Walnut receives this one. They'll begin in Bruin territory. Also, Josh and I will be live on the Friday Night Pigskin tonight. Be sure to stay with us as we join Brian and Travis and Adam and the gang. We will actually be live at the Firehouse Tavern recording that. So if you feel so inclined, come out and say hello to us.
I can't wait to have some good food at the tavern. Can't wait to talk to Brian and the guys. It's going to be a fun time. Anytime I get to hang out with you and the boys, Bryce.
A great venue to have it at. We're so grateful that the Firehouse Tavern is allowing us to set up.
Well, I can't wait, Bryce. My stomach is grumbling.
Of course, Big Walnut, always so good about taking care of us up in the press box, always making sure we're fed, have water, everything we need up here. I mean, just a truly unmatched experience to anything else you could get in high school football.
Definitely, Bryce. Kudos to everybody at Big Walnut. You know, for my first year here, just feel like they wrapped my arms around me. Feel like home. And just honestly, just from the deepest bottom of my heart, just want to say thank you. And, hey, I love Big Walnut, Golden Eagles. I consider myself honorary one, so it's good to kind of be welcome in another community, Bryce. It's real cool.
So some discussion about the scoreboard as we wait to get set. Oh, the play clock's out. That's what they're motioning towards. This happened last week as well, but they just went right ahead and started playing. This time I think they're going to try to attempt to get it rolling again. As always, the back judge does have a stopwatch to be able to keep track, but easier for everyone when we can all see it.
Yeah.
So the play action to Bunting instead finds Jack Rigg on the reception across the 30-yard line, now the 25-yard line, and wrapped up and brought down just short of the red zone.
Look at that. Wow. So I thought he was caught right there, right? But he was able to buy some extra time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good.
Backing him up, it looks like.
Beep, beep, beep. That's not good, right?
So it'll back him up a lot. And so last time we saw something similar to this, Nolan Burley bailed him out of that hole. We'll see if that's on the order here.
Yeah, I got trips to the field, Bryce. I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe do a little halfback draw, catch the defense sleeping.
Drops back to pass, stepping up in the pocket now across the original line of scrimmage and gains a few yards. It'll bring up third and a little more manageable.
Just look at the poise by Stumpf, right? Saw the late blitzer, wasn't sweating it at all, made the right play, didn't want to force anything downfield, just picked up a couple yards with his legs, made it third and more manageable. Great play by the savvy upperclassman, Bryce.
A pickup of 10, it'll make it 3rd and 6. They'll have to get down to the 36-yard line. Looks to the sideline. Bunting in the backfield. Rolling out, following the blocker of Bunting. Steps up again, crosses the line of scrimmage, weaving through, gets the first down and more. So all the way up to the 30-yard line. Good heads-up play by Eli Stumpf just to tuck it and run.
Stumpf is hungry for those yards. No. Look at that. Fighting his way through the trenches step by step. Wow, this Big Walnut offense really want to put some points up on the board before the half, right? As you can tell it. Take a lot of pride in themselves this evening. It's homecoming. Like I said, the alumni are back in the house. Want to take care of the Big Walnuts. The Nut Gang, if you want to say.
In the backfield, he finds Brody Hatfield looking for some room, fighting forward. The juke gains him an extra couple of yards, just about 2 yards short of that first down marker.
Once again, spreading the wealth. Brody's been able to make a play, make a little jukey woo. Oh, got a little loose on there, right?
2nd and 2, Stumpf trying to find a receiver out of the reach of Pollock. So not able to come down with that one.
Yeah, it's a difficult play, difficult pass to make. Defender's right on his back. And yeah, good effort for Pollock. That was a tough ball, Bryce. Tough ball.
So an illegal use of hands call against the Bruins. That one going against Dom Santoro. So it makes it first down, a District at Berkshire first down at that. Well inside the red zone.
And this is big territory for Big Walnut right here. You can tell they've been aggressive. They really want to put some points. I'll be interested to see what's the play call. You have a lot of time. If you're the Bruins, you got to buckle up. This could be a bumpy ride.
So Burley looking for the trio of touchdowns. He'll be stopped short at about on the 4-yard line. He's hit hard, but he's back up on his feet with that. So it makes it 2nd down and very short.
Oh, brother, you're the Bruins. This could be bad news Bruins, right? You got to be able to take a stand. All right, guys, lock in. See what they got.
So 2nd and 3rd. Not goal, so he will get at least the first down, but they're pushing him forward. I mean, that has to be a touchdown, but flags thrown in the backfield.
Yeah, I got a couple pieces of laundry on the field, Bryce. Let's see what it is.
Oh, so a 5-yard penalty for assisting the runner.
You don't hear that every day, Bryce. You don't hear that every day. It's an interesting call to make, especially right down here.
So it'll negate the first down even. So 2nd and 5. They're on the 6-yard line. They get it to the 1, they get the first down. 3 feet after that, it's a touchdown. Three wide receivers once again to Burley. Tries it again. This time successful, picking up the trio, Nolan Burley.
Like we said last week, Bryce, 3 is the magic number. Enough to match his number on the back of his jersey. That is amazing. You have a hat I could throw into the field right now by any chance?
Such a powerful runner. He's like Paul Bunyan chopping down the line. Bunyan Burley.
Chop, chop, chop. The defense wants no part of it. Like I said, I'm surprised that the Big Walnut pregame meal was Wheaties because it seemed like they've just been dragging these Bruins all up and down the field.
So we'll take a quick break. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home with the Champion Companies. Be part of a community where our team goes above and beyond because we want you to love where you live. Visit livewithchampion.com now and see how you can make the District at Berkshire your new home.
after the score, 35-0. Golden Eagles over the Padua Franciscan Bruins. Fielded inside the 5, Caban stopped.
Jeez Louise, Bryce. These Big Walnut kickoff team, I told you, vendetta. Did they say something online, or was it something said in the newspaper? Because it seemed like they have some bulletin material this week. Man, mama, there goes that man.
So taking over right at the 22-yard line after the kickoff. Hanover will look out of the gun, 4 wide receivers. 33 passing yards so far on the night. A flag is thrown, and a false start is called. And you see it there.
And if you're the Bruins, you know, Bryce, this is hasn't been the best half, right? And sometimes you just need to kind of regroup, talk to the team together, and just see what can we do better, right? But hate to have that one, especially in this position, pushing back even more. Let's hopefully see they can finish strong this half.
They hand it off this time, but engulfed by the tacklers. Won't be a gain of much, if any at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't run another play. Just kind of, you know, lick the wounds and head off into the half. Get some peanut butter sandwiches, some water, use the restroom, and kind of talk about what we did right, what we did wrong, and how we can be better this next half.
So they are in running clock territory. It looks like they're just going to let this one run out. And indeed, that's what they do. So a half of football is in the books, and the Big Walnut Golden Eagles take decisive lead 35-0 over the Franciscan Bruins. Stay with us for the halftime show and the band show coming up next.
Live and free coverage of Big Walnut Athletics, proudly presented by the Sunbury Fraternal Order of Eagles, serving the community since 1898.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
OH.REPORT brings you local high school sports coverage like nobody else. In football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, wrestling, track and field. If it's happening in our area, we're streaming it.
Beatles invite you on a musical journey through the unforgettable sounds of one of the most influential bands in history, the Beatles. With timeless melodies, groundbreaking style, and messages that still resonate today, the Beatles forever changed the landscape of popular music. To kick off tonight's performance, the band invites you to hop aboard for a ride through Beatlemania with a thrilling mashup of two iconic hits. This is Magical Mystery Tour and A Hard Day's Night. Next up, we bring the spirit of the 60s to life with one of the Beatles' most electrifying early hits. Watch as the field comes alive with retro flair and infectious energy, all set to the rock and roll sounds that help define a generation. Featuring the Bruins dance team, this is I Saw Her Standing There. With its soaring melodies, emotional depth, and timeless message of hope and healing, the Beatles captured the spirit of unity that defined a generation. It's a song that invites everyone to sing along. This is Hey Jude.
Featuring trumpet soloist Captain Ribbit, here is It's My Life. In 1970, this single was Elton John's first top 10 hit. Featuring horn soloist Connor Chadwick, this is Your Song.
Live and free coverage of Big Walnut Athletics, proudly presented by the Sunbury Fraternal Order of Eagles, serving the community since 1898.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
OH.REPORT brings you local high school sports coverage like nobody else. In football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, wrestling, track and field. If it's happening in our area, we're streaming it.
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors who support our live and free coverage right here on the OH Report. I'd like to thank Complete Air Systems Heating and Cooling, LLC. If you want a locally owned HVAC company with over 35 years experience to do top quality work without cutting corners, call Complete Air Systems Heating and Cooling Wing at 740-345-2021. Sunbury Christian, it's about relationship, not religion. Sunbury Fraternal Order of Eagles 3614, serving the Sunbury community and proud supporter of Big Walnut football. New members are always welcome. Reichert Express Sunbury, shop Reichert Used Cars right here in Sunbury at Reichert Express Used Cars right next to Tanger Outlets. We're dealing. Stover Excavating Incorporated, residential and commercial excavation services for the greater Columbus area since 2000. The District at Berkshire, find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home at the District at Berkshire. Brand new 1- and 2-bedroom apartment homes now available. BS Media Productions. Need a commercial to showcase your business or promote that you're hiring? BS Media Productions, the most affordable, high-quality production company in North Central Ohio. Find them on Facebook. And Rural First. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Rural First, the leader in rural lending. Rural First can help you live closer to what matters. Bryce Coder, Joshua Anderson is back with Complete Air Systems Heating and Cooling LLC halftime show. And so far, through half the play, it has been all Big Walnut so far.
Yeah, Bryce, it's been the Big Walnut show. Seems like homecoming came day early, Bryce.
So taking a look at those stats at halftime. So 3 first downs for the Bruins, 33 passing yards, 3 rushing yards for a total of 36 yards on the half. 0 turnovers, 5 penalties for a total of 27 yards. Big Walnut on the other side, 12 first down, 151 passing yards, 205 rushing yards, 356 total yards, 1 penalty. But again, Thorn to the side, they fixed it last week, but 5 for 50 on penalties. Comes back to bite him again.
Yeah, definitely got to cut down those penalties, but when you have 356 yards on offense, Bryce, it's kind of hard to make any complaints, right?
So, coming back in with this halftime show, I mean, what really do you think has been the biggest deal? I mean, so many Golden Eagles have gotten in on the action. Obviously, Nolan Burley with 3 touchdowns, but what do you think has made the biggest difference?
I think just the poise of the Golden Eagles tonight, Bryce. It's just spreading the wealth. It seems like they've just been here before, right? And it's just like I said earlier in the show today. It's like everybody has a part into this party, into this band, and they're doing it well, right? Have a little bit from Barnica. Got Burley doing his normal thing. Stumpf is making great plays. The defense is firing on all cylinders. The front seven looks scary. I mean, it's kind of hard to even say who's been standing out, because when the whole squad has been doing great things, everybody looks good. From offense, defense, special teams, the kickoff team has been on fire today, and it's just coming bad news Bruins for tonight.
And so, of note, the clock ticking is because we're in a running clock, as the touchback will start the Golden Eagles on the 20.
And this is just a type of situation, you know, you try to improve, right? Get those reps for both sides of the ball. Get better for yourself, for your opponent. Have a lot of integrity for the game, you know. We're going to see a lot of great guys who probably don't get as much playing time tonight play, and that's going to be great. See a little bit of the future for both sides of the team. But, yeah, it's always going to be good football here every Friday, Bryce.
So they do sub in with Stumpf and Burley. That was a question we had at halftime, is whether or not there would be second strings in, but going with the starters at least for a few more plays. This time handing it off, nowhere to go as he was looking wide. There's a fumble, but they were going to say that one is ruled down.
And once again, just got to try new things out. They've been playing with that motion, kind of a nice little jet sweep right there. It was a good play. Good play, not the best pickup, but nice to see. Nice to try out, I would say.
And so there is a player down. It's a Bruin, Connor Cramp, down at the 25-yard line. The trainers checking on him. And back on his feet with a little assistance and walking completely unassisted, and that's what you want to see. So now back to the line of scrimmage after the injury timeout. Everyone seems to be okay.
That's good. You know, always going to lead the field how you came onto it, which is healthy.
Alone in the backfield, Stumpf looking on a quick pass for Brody Hatfield, but it wasn't there over his head. I think that is one thing that you and I have been blessed with this season, is to not see too many serious injuries.
Yes, right, and that's just a blessing. In fact, you know, love the game. It can be a violent sport when when those things transpire. But in this iteration of the season so far, we're just thankful that that the kids are able to go out into the field, have fun, and play the sport that they love.
So they'll look to pass. Cutting across is Hatfield. This one will bring up fourth down, so uncharacteristic 3 and out for Big Walnut.
Yeah, let's try to get that wide receiver screen. Couldn't really get that tunnel under the hood, but overall, hey, good stop by the Bruins right there. Able to get a 3 and out. Maybe this could be a little momentum for them to maybe put some points on the board.
So they line up for the punt. It'll be Caban back. Fielded at the 45, but he has trouble with it. Looks like some Golden Eagles falling on top of it, and there's a scramble for the football, see which way it goes. And they're giving it to the Padua Franciscan Bruins. A huge break for them.
Yeah, that could have been bad news Bruins right there, Bryce. Talking about making a bad situation worse, you know. Got to be able to capitalize on that. You know, haven't been able to get a lot of 3 and outs. I'm pretty sure that was their first 3 and out, if I'm not mistaken. And that was almost just historically bad, right? But, hey, had to have a goldfish mentality. Next play for the Bruins. Let's just see if they can move some chains.
Hanover hands it off. Hitting the gap, but just up to the line of scrimmage before he's brought down.
And that Big Walnut defense is just suffocating, right? Running into a brick wall, it seemed like. As soon as he ran into the line of scrimmage, he was just bang.
That was Weiser's 4th carry on the night, negative 2 yards on the night.
Not a good stat line if you're a running back, but if you're a Big Walnut defense, you got to take pride of that. Every time you touch the ball, nothing good has happened.
Hanover will look to pass. He's 5 for 12 on the game, make it 6 for 13 on the completion. He gets near the first down marker, but it won't be enough. They'll have to get it up to the 38.
Good pitch and catch right there. Nice out-breaking route, be able to turn it up, get a couple yards. Great play.
So crossing the 7:45 marker as the clock continues to tick. With 3 wide receivers out to his left. Hanover will set the offense. The snap to the air. Sideline cheated well by Brody Hatfield, able to get a hand on it for the breakup. But, you know, a defender like Brody Hatfield, he wants that interception.
Definitely, right? He always got it, as you can see. Oh, man. In the way, almost kind of ran the route better than the receiver right there.
Yeah. So it brings up 4th and 3. They're in Golden Eagle territory. They're going to go for it, which, you know, at this point in the game, I do think that's the right move.
Definitely. You know, just want to move those chains. Don't want to kind of wave the white flag just yet.
Oh, hammered off of the catch. The ability to just hold on to that.
Jeez Louise, Bryce, like I said earlier. It seems like the Big Walnut defense and special teams went to Home Depot earlier because they've been bringing the hammer and nail all night. And that has just been the story for the Bruins, you know. Oof, Bruins are in kind of for a bruising tonight.
The sophomore Reed Cervanka holding on to that one to give him the first down.
Kudos to that man right there. That's difficult to do, and he was able to bring it in like the true football player he is. Great player. Kudos to you, my friend.
Weisel goes positive tonight. Needs a little bit of assistance getting up, but it looks like he's making his way back to the huddle.
Once again, Bryce, the oohs and ahs of the stadium. As soon as he caught that ball, you hear it on, ooh, all right? It's always nice when you can hear like a simultaneous expression in the crowd.
So now Hanover directing the offense. 2 wide receivers on either side of him. A man on his left hip. 2 linebackers in the box for Big Walnut. Hanover looking towards the edge. Flag thrown towards the snap. I think this one might be coming back. Yes, indeed. It's a holding. Take another look at that one, creating the opportunity.
Yeah, definitely see the hold right there. Unfortunate if you're the Bruins, kind of put you a little bit behind schedule. See what they can do, go into the playbook, run something that they're comfortable with, able to get back on schedule, and if to maybe get the first down as well, Bryce. This has to be, obviously this is 4-down territory, but, you know, like I said, just a little bit of pride, you know, just kind of getting those reps on offense, taking the good into next week, building on some type of foundation.
Back to pass. A quick one he was looking for on the curl. The intended receiver that time was Midday, but he had to get on the ground and he still couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, definitely. 1, 2, 3, quick read, just wasn't able to come down with it. Kind of been the whole story tonight for the Bruins. Have some nice routes, have some nice balls, just haven't been able to secure it. So, you know, it's kind of, like you said, kind of something that they should probably work on. But overall, you know, good execution from the line and from the quarterback.
So it makes it 3rd and 15. The first down marker all the way up at the 27. Stepping up on I don't even know if that was a design QB run. I think he just ran out of time.
definitely. It looked like it was not, but it's kind of one of those things, like we said, the furious front seven of Big Walnut. They even let him get a chance to think. As soon as he caught the ball, took 2 steps, there was at least 3 or 4 Big Walnut crows just squawking in his face, right? That's textbook great defensive pressure right there.
So flag thrown, and it'll be a false start, and that'll back him up even more. So it'll make it 4th and 24.
You know what they say, right? When it rains, it pours, and it has been pouring on the Bruins so far this game. Haven't been able to really figure anything out. Has some success doing some things, but not a lot of success doing a lot of things.
A line drive kick low is fielded by Hatfield across the 20-yard line. Barrels over a tackler before he runs out of bounds.
Oh, my goodness, man. Like I said, that has to be the pregame meal, the Wheaties, right? It has to be the Wheaties, because these guys just seem like they ate a mushroom from, like, Super Mario guys. These guys are powering up on these guys, man. Like, geez Louise.
Brody Hatfield with his 5'9", 167-pound frame, barreling over the tackler.
It seemed like he used every pound of that to run over that guy, and he definitely felt that. He's going to feel that tomorrow Saturday workouts.
So the Golden Eagle offense will start at their own 24-yard line. Burley will take it again. He's tripped up, but not before a gain of 8.
All right, that's kind of what the Big Walnut offense is known for to do. This is, like we said, it's Burley time. Tick, tick, tick as the clock continues to go. But this is just classic Big Walnut football on offense, taking the air at the ball, just in a way, just demoralizing its defense as the time goes on, Bryce.
And a flag thrown pre-snap. So an illegal formation going against Big Walnut. So the pre-snap illegal formation will set him back still within range. It makes it 2nd and 6. First down marker being on the 34.
I can definitely see the Big Walnut offense taking a lot of pride for this drive. This is looking like this might be the last drive for the starters.
Burley cutting back inside is pushed out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line, but it will give them another first down.
This means a lot for you, right? Especially as a senior, this is your last homecoming game. You don't really want to get out the field just yet. You want to kind of bask in this, right? It's the last time you're going to be on the field as a player. The next time you come back, you're going to be an alumni. Just kind of want to enjoy your time in the sun just a little longer, right? Homecoming is always a good weekend. You're going to have some fun. You have to dance on Saturday. You know, that's festivities before with homecoming corps and the pep rally and the spirit week. So it's just an amazing thing to be around, Bryce. And Big Walnut does it big out here, I'll tell you what.
So a different look handing it inside. Brought down, but short of the first down marker just by a yard. That's Braden Neverman. Had a touchdown against Hayes. Now getting another look at the back position.
And it looks like slowly and surely that they're subbing in and out some starters.
So it looks like that's going to bring an end to the third quarter with the running clock. Big Walnut Golden Eagles leading this one 35-0 over the Padua Franciscan Bruins. Stay with us for fourth quarter action coming up next.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy, questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
So back in the fourth quarter here at the Eagles Nest on homecoming night. Stumpf, play action, finds Barnicott.
The Barnacle catching that one. Has got a couple catches today. Scored one too. Seems like he's kind of like the gadget player. Kind of put him in where he fits in. Great football player, definition. You know, plays any position the coach asks him to.
Not making that same mistake twice. I saw the number and said, Barnicott, he's in there. No confusion this time.
No confusion.
So 1st and 10. Neverman once again picks up a yard or two. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Neverman say Neverman with that little juke towards the end right there. Look at that. Whoop.
Kind of a different pace for Big Walnut. While Nolan certainly can turn on the jets, more known for the power running, but Neverman speedy as soon as he gets the ball in his hands.
Go speed racer, go, right? He's kind of like a nice race car. As soon as the light hits green, he's out the gate, and just nice to change pace back.
2nd down, a flag is thrown. They're going to call a false start against Big Walnut.
And even though it's real easy to just kind of fold in, right? It's real easy to say, oh, this is quote-unquote garbage time, as people like to say. But in reality, this is a lot of time where, you know, maybe those 2nd, 3rd string guys can earn reps during some primetime moments. Getting this film on tape is really crucial that they can bring this into the next week. Coaches can discuss and say, hey, no, Neverman made a couple of good plays. Maybe we should run a play or two just to maybe give Burley a blow, right? So it's just one of those things.
Barnicott with a huge run up the middle. Interesting one there. They had Eli Stumpf lining up at the wideout position.
A little trickery, right? Kind of roles reversal, right? Because you never Barnicott wind up as receiver, and now Stumpf is receiver. That's kind of nice to think. A little complimentary football. Wow. Jeez Louise. This offensive line on all facets is just being able to pushing those guys 2nd level. And shout out to the backs today, just making the cuts. Burley with the spin moves. Neverman with the speed boost as soon as he gets the ball. You know, it's just the depth of this Big Walnut team is pretty outstanding, Bryce. And the future looks bright on all facets. But wow, Big Walnut offense doing Big Walnut offensive things, no matter who's behind the center.
So Barnicott will hand it off, this time to Bunting. Bunting sneaks his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And just be able to sidestep his way through the defense. Seems like he's just following a blocker each level of the ball. Kudos to the running back right there. Wow, look at, I love that little cut right there. Man.
Just the ability to really let that one develop. So many rushers on this Big Walnut squad.
Is it November already? Because it seems like this offense is carving up the defense, right?
So 42-0 is now the score. Big Walnut leading the way. Stay with us.
Find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home with the Champion Companies. Be part of a community where our team goes above and beyond because we want you to love where you live. Visit livewithchampion.com now and see how you can make the district at Berkshire your new home.
So the lead extended 42-0 in favor of Big Walnut as the kickoff is away, fielded at the 10-yard line. And able to stay on his feet, healthy yardage. A flag is thrown towards the scrum, but great gain if it does stand.
Yeah, right. Best one of the night so far. And good for the kick return. Right there, kind of been, haven't had the best night, right? Haven't been able to take care of the return the best, but seems like it stands, which is looking like it's probably not, unfortunately, for the Bruins. But overall, it's a good morale booster, especially for special teams.
So it goes against we'll back them up 10 yards after the penalty. They declined the first one. So it makes for a tough situation for the Bruins.
Yeah, not doing themselves any favors right now, Bryce. I hate to really see this for the Bruins. Ooh, that is a tough one.
Having trouble with the snap. It was on the ground. I think they're going to say that his knee was down. Take another look. Yeah, and that is the right move. Picked it up on one knee.
Like we said, when it rains, it pours. Bryce, that's a tough one if you're the Bruins offense. Hopefully, you know, it's never a good feeling when your feet are in your own pay dirt. But hopefully they can get a little breathing room. If not, at least get some room for the punter.
The incomplete pass will lead to third down. Be sure to stay with us for the Friday Night Pigskin on the OH Report main channel. We join Brian and Travis and Adam and the gang for a recap of tonight with highlights. We'll also be presenting someone as our player phenom as well as a top play. Be sure to vote for those.
Get a little extra party tonight with the OH Report. Oh.
Yeah, and feel free to join us as well. We are going to be doing our segment of the OH Report Friday Night Pigskin podcast from the Firehouse Tavern here in Sunbury. We're very excited for that, very grateful that they're willing to have us, but should be a really good time. If you feel so inclined, come out and see us.
Man, I took a pizza one my first time there, and those wings look delicious, Bryce. I am excited to check out the tavern. Heard nothing but good things from them.
Never been almost coming up with the punt block. Instead, it'll be at the shins of the receiver. Brought down at the waist. So good field position for Big Walnut as we are approaching the 4-minute mark.
Oof, that could have been really bad as it hit off his shins, but lucky for him to have some space to field it, able to pick a couple up. Good return, as the best in the possibilities of the situation, Bryce.
We'll see what look they're going with offensively. Looks like Barnicut in at quarterback.
Let's see what the Barnacle does, holding the helm of the offense.
Another great run and another offensive weapon for Big Walnut getting the show tonight.
How many yards is that so far for the Big Walnut? Is that $3 bills on the ground?
I'll have to get an update for you. 267.
All righty. Looking like they might not hit 3 bills tonight, but once again, the Big Walnut offense just showing you what they want to do, and has been really a team that's able to stop it so far besides one.
Now the snap. Carrier taken down in the backfield for a loss. It'll bring up 3rd and medium.
Yes, sir. See how it goes so far. Looking like, see if they let Barnacutt, expand the playbook for him. See if we can see him throw a couple passes tonight, Bryce.
So once again, Barnacutt handing it off.
There we go.
No, instead doesn't hand it off. Can't come up with the grab, though. That one tough. Looked like they were going to give it to Brady Simon, but instead Mason Moore was the intended receiver, the junior.
A nice little RPO action, seemed like right there. Nice little play action, hitting on a bubble. Just wasn't able to get that in and secure it to catch. But wouldn't be surprised if they kind of 4-down territory for Big Walnut, right? Why not?
Especially getting the younger squad such great experience with these 4th down situations, high pressure, crowd is completely packed, homecoming night.
Definitely, they're able to get this one. I will say they will probably, the crowd will go the route.
They got close. Yeah, I think they're going to rule him short. And indeed they do, so it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, they tried their best. And those got there pretty close, like the play call, just we're a couple of inches short on that one, Bryce.
So just under 2 minutes remaining here with the change of possession. They'll stop the clock on the running clock, but it'll resume once they're at the line of scrimmage, and there it goes. Pressure getting back there. There's a scrum to bring him to the ground.
See that there was a little miscommunication on the handoff right there. As soon as he kind of caught the ball, he had a Big Walnut defender right in his face.
So it'll make it 2nd down, 2nd and 10 to be exact, as we're crossing the 60-second mark. A quick one. I think we're going to be ending before 9 o'clock. Nice 2-hour football game. Stay with us after this as we bring you the MVP interview as well as the post-game show.
And wouldn't be surprised if the Bruins don't run another play right here with the play clock and the game clock kind of mirroring itself.
Yeah, looks like exactly the same. Might try to get one more in, but this will be it. Perhaps a shot to avoid the clean sheet on their end. They hand it off. Good speed. That was Shaw Mason, but the clock will hit 0. So Big Walnut, the victors in this one. The brief intermission from conference play. Next week they'll be against Worthington Kilbourne. Stay with us for the MVP interview and post-game show coming up next.
Live and free coverage of Big Walnut Athletics, proudly presented by the Sunbury Fraternal Order of Eagles, serving the community since 1898.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
Find more than a place to rent. Find a place to call home with the Champion Companies. Be part of a community where our team goes above and beyond because we want you to love where you live. Visit livewithchampion.com now and see how you can make the district at Berkshire your new home.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Joshua Anderson with TJ Miner with our Stover excavating MVP player of the game. TJ Miner, you have 5 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. Take me through your mindset, or your point of view when you got that first sack. How did that set the tone today?
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Never, keep your foot on the gas. Just keep going. Never stop.
And if you can you tell me a little bit about the preparation, especially for the front 7? Like, what was kind of your guys' mantra? Did they give you any bulletin board material? You guys seem like you guys are pretty locked in today.
Yeah, we came out knowing that they went to the Final Four last year. So we knew it was going to be a good game, and we locked in and came out.
Definitely did. Let me ask you 2 more questions. One more. The first question is, what was what was your favorite play? I know you at least said the 2 sacks, 5 tackles, 3 tackles of loss. Which one did you think had the biggest impact for the defense?
My favorite one was when I got back there with Clint Stover. Yeah. He always hyped me up at practice, and he's just a good teammate.
Definitely. All right, last one. You had 2 sack lunches today by the quarterback. What's your after-game meal tonight?
McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Our coach doesn't like that very much, but yeah.
All right, 2 McChickens, maybe a Big
something
Mac,
like that,
something like that?
Yeah,
Definitely. All righty. Thank you so much for talking to us, DJ, tonight. Joshua Anderson here with our OH.REPORT MVP. Taking it back to you guys.
Live and free coverage of Big Walnut Athletics, proudly presented by the Sunbury Fraternal Order of Eagles, serving the community since 1898.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy, questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
OH.REPORT brings you local high school sports coverage like nobody else. In football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, wrestling, track and field. If it's happening in our area, we're streaming it.
Here with the Complete Air Systems Heating and Cooling post-game show. 4 quarters of the books, 42-0. Big Walnut taking this one over Padua Franciscan, and from the jump, it was all Big Walnut.
Big Walnut all the time, guys. Just full of the gas.
So taking a look at our final stats of the game for Padua Franciscan: 4 first downs, 47 passing yards, 1 rushing yards for a total of 48 yards on the game. No turnovers, but 8 for 65 with the penalty yards. Big Walnut, 16 first downs, 178 passing yards, 276 rushing yards for a total of 454. 1 turnover on the interception, 7 penalties for a total of 60 penalty yards. So with that, we talked about how the penalties have kind of been a problem this season for the Golden Eagles. Last week, kept it to only, I think, 2 penalties on the game. This one kind of back to it again.
Yeah, definitely. Something they're going to have to kind of tune up, especially for this next week coming up for Big Walnut. Got big tests on the road. So on the road, it's hard to play, hard to stay focused. So hopefully they kind of work on a little bit more discipline in practice this week, Bryce.
And so a total for Big Walnut of 454 yards led on the back of Nolan Burley. As a team, though, they had 276 rushing yards, and I mean, those are incredible numbers for a high school game.
Video game numbers, right? The amount of offense just in the first half alone is historical, right? And shout out to Big Walnut. Shout out to the offensive linemen for being able to push those guys around all day. But overall, just a textbook game plan with Big Walnut wanted to happen, especially for homecoming.
Taking a look at our next up in the post-game show, Padua Franciscan is going to be taking on NDCL on the 3rd at 7 p.m. But Big Walnut traveling to Worthington Kilbourne on the 3rd. That one shaping up, and I think it will be probably the de facto conference championship. Worthington Kilbourne 2-0 in the conference, as well as Big Walnut. They're the only couple remaining. So should be a good one. We'll bring you that one. But wrapping things up here, I'd like to take one more opportunity to thank all of our sponsors. I'd like to thank Complete Air Systems Heating and Cooling LLC. If you want a locally owned HVAC company with over 35 years experience, you top quality work without cutting corners, call Complete Air Systems Heating and Cooling. Wing at 740-345-2021. Sunbury Christian, it's about relationship, not religion. Sunbury Fraternal Order of Eagles 3614, serving the Sunbury community and proud supporter of Big Walnut football. New members are always welcome. Reichert Express Sunbury, shop Reichert used cars right here in Sunbury at Reichert Express used cars right next to Tanger Outlets. We're dealing. Stover Excavating Incorporated, residential and commercial excavation services in the greater Columbus area since 2000. District at Berkshire, find more than a place to rent, find a place to call home at the District at Berkshire. Brand new 1- and 2-bedroom apartment homes now available. BS Media Productions need a commercial to showcase your business or promote that you're hiring. BS Media Productions is the most affordable, high-quality production company in North Central Ohio. Find them on Facebook. And Reichert, Rule First in tonight's game. Brought to you in part by Rule First, the leader in rural lending. Rule First can help you live closer to what matters. I'm Bryce Cody, your play-by-play director, and your play-by-play commentator and director for the evening. I'd like to thank Josh Anderson in the booth with us once again in color commentary, as well as Cam setting down on cam. From all of us, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching at home, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great rest of your night.